Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Mandy, and I'm sorry it's been such a long time since my last video, but I wanted to do a quick little bloom on a 10-inch Frederick's canvas. I haven't done a bloom in a while, and I'm a little bit concerned about getting really rusty, so I just randomly picked some colors. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna try to do this relatively quickly because I don't have a lot of space on my phone. So I'm going to show you the colors as I lay them down for the sake of time, but I've got my canvas taped up and I've got my spinner here. So I am going to go ahead and lay down my pillow. In fact, let me move my camera up a little bit because I was kind of close on the puppy pad. In fact, I'm still kind of close on the puppy pad. There we go. Anyway, sorry, it's been a while since the last video. Got a lot going on right now. Still trying to help my little Chloe rehab from her surgery. It's a lot of work and, you know, keeping up with regular adulting in the midst of all of that and getting over having been sick and all that, you know. Sometimes things just happen and it's just a lot to keep up with, so I also found out that we, mostly me, were not doing her rehab therapy as often as we need to. I thought it was once a day, and it's like 2 to 3 times a day at a minimum, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, you know, difficult trying to keep up with everything. So I'm going to start off with one of my favorites, Atelier Blue Black. This is a Atelier Interactive. It's a kind of a heavy body paint. I get it at Blick, and I have a link for Blick below. If you shop through our link, it helps our channel. Doesn't save you any additional money, but it does help the channel. And kind of torn. I always use too many colors, and then it's hard to see the colors, you know. I haven't even stirred my colors up, so that's how I just really needed to get a video in, so I just kind of pulled some stuff out. So this is Cerulean Blue. This is from Colourarte. This is a PrizmPour color, and it's amazingly gorgeous. So, of course, Colourarte, I have a link below and a coupon code. You can save 20% off of anything on the Colourarte website using Mandy1120. Of course, the PrizmPour colors are amazing. The Bling It, Primary Elements, the resin art, you name it. I also have Pixel Paint Designs coupon code below, which is where I get my boom gels and my Australian Floetrol. And so don't forget to check out the description box below. I'm trying to clean up as I go because I'm very messy sometimes. And I think I'm going to use Cad Yellow in a couple of places. So this is Cad Yellow Medium. This is a Matisse color. I really love this color. Even if you're not a yellow person, like, it's just really nice to use it in blooms, especially in layers. I'm also going to put this one probably right at the top. So I'm going to put a little layer of it here, and then probably going to bring him back in a second. And I'm also going to use African Violet, which is a PrizmPour color. Look at it, it's amazing. And I'm going to put a little layer of that in here. And I really didn't have a good plan as far as what I was going to use. I just kind of grabbed some things and set up real quick because unfortunately I don't have a lot of time to be over there deliberating about, you know, what I would like to use. So I'm going to put a little bit of Calypso down. Calypso is a primary element and it's gorgeous, and it is part of the Secret Garden set, and this color is amazing. Look at that. So I'm just going to put a touch down. I feel like there's a little goopy in my paint, which is possible. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more blue black right here, just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of Rubalite, which is another Primary Elements color from the Secret Garden set. Look at it, it's beautiful. Just a little bit right there. And I'm going to be using a blue-black cell activator. A black gram cell activator today. So I'm going to put some pink grapefruit, which is another color in that set. Pop, you stupid bubble. And then I'm going to put more Cad Yellow. Okay. This pink grapefruit color is pretty stinking incredible looking. So I love it, I just haven't used it yet. The bad thing is sometimes like you're so overwhelmed by amazing colors and then you're limited by time, and so you want to use everything, right? But you don't have a lot of time to like have a plan. Look at that color, just look at it. Woohoo! Look at that pink grapefruit, pretty amazing. Pretty excited about this color. So now I know I've used quite a lot of darker colors, but as those colors spread out, they're gonna be a little bit more transparent as we blow out the bloom. And I know I just covered up a bunch of things, but a lot of that's gonna peek through when we blow out. So I want to balance out the dark by putting quite a bit of this pink grapefruit on the top. I may have just smothered my two other colors, but well, I'm sure they'll forgive us, right? And of course, I do have a link in the description box below for what I use in my bloom mixing, which may be helpful for you. I get a lot of questions about, what do you put in your cell activator? I do use Australian Floetrol. What untinted base do you use? And while that's not an exhaustive list in the video, it does show you kind of fundamentally what I use that works for me. I'm in the US. What works for me may not work for everyone. And it's not the only thing I use, but it is kind of a good base to start if you're trying to figure out some things that work well together. The thing about the bloom recipe is it's like a giant chemistry experiment. There is no perfect fail-safe 100% of the time it's always going to work recipe. That's just the way it goes, So this is M gram. I think it's Mars Black. It's my cell activator. It's mixed 3 parts Aussie Floetrol to 1 part paint. I really like this as a cell activator. I get it at Blick, this paint, not the Floetrol. The Floetrol I get from Pixel Paint Designs, as I mentioned before. But I get this paint at Blick, and I like it in black and white as a cell activator. I have other colors too, I just haven't tried it yet. So, pardon me while I get my head right in the way. I'm just increasing the target. I'm not good at blowing things out with my mouth, so I'm going to use cool and low. That didn't go very well. Okay, let me blow this out with my mouth because that's not going well. Usually if I don't get it on the roundabout, I don't have the greatest luck. Not amazing there. I also just, my problem with blowing is I blow too hard, and so I blew down into the pillow. So this is why I don't like to go too long without doing blooms, because I feel like I get out of practice, and then blowing them out is really challenging for me because I've never been good at blowing them out with my mouth. And I probably need to practice that. But when you have limited time to do things, there's a limit to how much practice you can devote, you know what I mean? So take my turkey baster. The center looks great. All around here looks crazy. That's okay. We may have enough paint on here where if we spin it out, it spins out over the part that didn't get blown out very well. But that's my challenge. The colors look great. Pretty sure. See, when I try to blow in there, I blow too harshly, and that's exactly my problemo. Okay, so I have a nice looking center. Can you see it? Yes, you can. So I have a nice looking center. I just don't have a great looking outside. So trying to do something about this. But see, every time I blow down into it, I mess up a part that's not already messed up. So even though I have these weird lines, I feel like we just got to go with it. They're weird. Okay, so I'm going to embellish this a little bit because I really do think that we're going to have enough space to, not space, enough extra paint from the middle to kind of get rid of that. So that didn't really add any value. This looks terrible, so hopefully I'm right about that. And I would shift it, but as you can see when I shift it, it's the center is not moving the way we need it to. So as much as I would like to try to make this look better, I think I got to give it a good spin and see where it goes. Let it expand a little bit. That pink grapefruit and the yellow in the middle are a lot more pronounced than I expected with all the dark colors underneath. That's okay. That's kind of what I wanted. Yeah, everything that I'm doing is making that worse. Okay, It's just, we're gonna give it kind of a baby spin, see what starts to come out. Because if you spin too much too soon, if you do need to fix anything, it's too late. So this, I hate this part. Everything else I can kind of live with, just that part I really hate. So I don't think that I'm gonna have any success with moving the whole thing without getting super wonky cells in the middle. But what I would like is to shift some of this down so that this ultimately spins off. Don't know if we're going to be successful with that. I don't even know if it's actually moving. It's pretty thick. So, I don't know, you guys. This is what happens when you kind of have to rush paint. I don't know why I have this random white stuff showing over there, but it's probably going to come off, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm trying to control the blowout because I don't have my puppy pool in here. So it's looking better. Like you and me know where I messed up, but our design has expanded a little bit, and now some of the ribbons of color I don't hate. So let's see if we can't get those funky white parts to the edge. If I look at it and I don't know where I messed up in the beginning, it's not looking too bad. If I focus on that part, it bothers me. And I focus on this part over here where I can tell I blew into the pillow, it bothers me. But considering the hot mess it was a second ago, I think we're making some progress here. The colors are beautiful. Yeah. I'd like to get a little bit more of this to the edge so it doesn't look like, I don't know, two arches of ugliness. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, turned out way better than I thought. I will say, I covered up a lot of those darker colors. They're peeking through pretty nicely, but, oh, the bubbles. But the layer of the yellow and stuff definitely covered them up more than I thought they would. So all of the dark that we started with is maybe not as predominant as I thought it would be by the time we blew it out. So, you know, I like to practice on 8, 10-inch surfaces because, you know, the bigger you go, the tougher it is with blooms. And if you don't want to get out of practice, something small is kind of good. And then it's also not quite as pricey as maybe a really big canvas. If you're out of practice and you bust out a 12-inch, chances are good that that's not going to go as planned. And you may be mad that you wasted money on that canvas or whatever. I have something on my nose and my paint all over my hands. So one of my favorite things about this gram cell activator, if you can see, and I'll show you in the close-up, is the small cells and the way the lacing stays really clean most of the time. It doesn't get all furry and fuzzy looking most of the time. And that's one of the things I really like about it. Because it just has this beautifully clean, I don't know, I just really love it. And I like the fact that it tends to give you small cells. So that's, I have a lot of bubbles if you hear me blowing on things. So I really like it. I like this one black part where the purple is really showing a lot. I really like that purple to get closer to the edge, but we are kind of reaching the point where if we spend too much, we're going to just get wonky cells. So we may just have to go with it. But, you know, considering how crazy it was at first, this isn't too bad. Let's give it one more good spin, and I'll clean up and give you a close-up, and then I'll pop some bubbles. And I'll try not to make this an all-day video. It's crazy how much lime green we got from the blending of colors. You know, I'm trying to remember the order I used. But even all those dark colors. Oh, look, I got the purple to chill a little. But what's cool is because we have spun so much. Some of our deeper colors are starting to show in the center of our cells in the middle, giving us some cool peacock cells. And this will dry a little bit darker, so some of those colors will still show through. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. This one part over here, where I must have had not an excellent blowout, is just a lot of black. So if I were to nitpick, I would say that's kind of a bummer because the rest is so like bright and cheery. But you know, just maybe you display it like that and think you did it on purpose. But you know, I have been working on not expecting art to be perfect, and that's you might as well not, because it's not going to be. So that is one of my opportunities, is expecting perfection out of imperfect art. And all right, everyone, so here is our close-up. Sorry about the sanding noise in the garage. You can see beautiful, beautiful colors, but we definitely lost a lot of our darker colors. But I still think it's beautiful. Considering what a mess the blowout was, I'm going to call it a success. I love the center. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I'm learning that art doesn't have to be perfect. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. And don't forget to check out the links in the description box for coupons for color art, pixel paint designs. And talk to you soon. Bye.